Chris, what is our third main topic today?
This one comes from Galactic Champ. Hey everyone. Well, it looks like everyone from DCEU might be getting a recast. A certain star is adamant on staying. Shazam star Zachary Levi took to Twitter to assure fans who were afraid he might recast, quote, "I'm Gucci. We all Gucci." This also comes after recently Shazam director David F. Sandberg was at IMAX headquarters rocking the new DC Studios hoodie. John, it feels like this might be the actual first instance of something from DCEU transferring onto the DCU. While not 100% confirmed, it is quite an interesting stance for Levi to make. What do you make of this, John? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in Galactic Champ. And this is interesting. And I'm going to say the first piece of news, the first story, if you will, about the new direction of the DCU that has me a bit, I'll say it, concerned. So what they're basically talking about here is somebody was talking about on social media that, I'm just going to be heartbroken that they're going to write out Zachary Levi. To me, he is the best part of the DCU. And while I don't think he's the best part of the DCU, I think he's great. I love him as Shazam. I absolutely love him as Shazam. And yeah, so this is what transpired here. And we can bring this up on my screen if you want, Jonathan. This is what transpired. So this one user writes in and basically says, I want this to not be true because his Shazam is the one thing in the DCU that I would absolutely throw hands to protect. Zach Levi is perfection, she says. Okay. To which Zachary Levi responds, oh, I really wouldn't go believing everything you see on the internet. I'm Gucci. Ash, we all Gucci. All right. This is the second actual individual that's come out, because James Gunn also responded recently to saying, now it's not real clear what he was saying, but it basically said something on Twitter along the lines says, who said I booted Gal Gadot? Which, can be interpreted different ways. But one of the ways you can interpret that is that him implying that Gal Gadot is going to continue being Wonder Woman. And I'll tell you this, for well over a decade, I have been and am a huge James Gunn fan. He is the guy to lead DC. I'm very excited about it, and I trust James Gunn. Even though we don't know what his whole plan is, that's all going to be coming later, not knowing what the plan is, I trust him. I do. But I will say this. This is the first thing that has made me concerned. And I'm using the word concerned, not jumped off the bandwagon, not turned on James Gunn, nothing like that. But everything I've seen coming out of this new system, even when they said Henry Cavill was no longer Superman, I'm like, all right, that breaks my little Henry Cavill loving heart. But I get it, because you've got a vision for this thing, and that means you got to get rid of the old to bring in the new. To quote the Bible to y'all, the old wineskin cannot hold the new wine. There's a little Jesus for you right there. The old wineskin cannot hold the new wine. You need new wineskin. You got to get rid of the old if you're going to bring in the new. But part of that, and part of the reason why I accepted that Henry Cavill wasn't going to be there anymore, was because they needed a clean slate. What are we talking about? Zach Levi is still going to be Shazam. And again, you're right. The person who wrote in, Galactic Champ wrote in, said this isn't 100% confirmation. We don't know exactly what this means. Zach Levi saying, hey, we're good. We're all good. You can't believe everything you read. That wasn't Zach Levi coming out saying, I am going to continue to be Shazam for the next 5 years. He didn't say that, granted. So this is all based on some interpretation. I admit that right up front. Okay, now that we've laid that groundwork, this is purely interpretation. But I, as a fan, I'm going to have some questions. If you do keep around, and these are big ifs, but if you are keeping around Zachary Levi Shazam, and I love Zachary Levi Shazam, but if you're going to keep that around, and it's only if, James Gunn was implying that Gal Gadot is still going to be around as Wonder Woman, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to fucking explain to me why Henry Cavill isn't Superman anymore. You're going to have to fucking explain to me why Henry Cavill is not Superman anymore. Because when it looked like, and remember, I'm only talking about a hypothetical situation that we do not even know if it's real, okay? So take that with a grain of salt. But I was okay that Henry Cavill wasn't going to be Superman anymore because I understood that the DC universe was not working and you needed to start over. So I'm like, you know what? It hurts, but I get it. Big picture. Big picture. You want to see a healthy, thriving DCU 3 years from now, not just picking and choosing little things and try to keep it on life support. That was DC. And oddly, the noise coming from the bathroom when Taylor's in there. I have no idea what that meant. But so I need to know. Sorry, I got to give myself this. So anyway, if, and again, this is coming from a James Gunn lover. Right? Love James Gunn. Trust James Gunn. I don't know what his full plan is. I'm just saying that while I have been 100% on board with every decision and every move, if you are keeping around Zachary Levi and you're keeping around Gal Gadot, and we don't know that he is, and you keep around Jason Momoa as Aquaman, I don't believe he is. I think he's going to be global. But if you're going to do all that, then yeah, James, who I love, you're going to have to fucking explain where Henry Cavill is. Because if the answer is not, well, we needed a clean slate, then you're picking the wrong horses. Because Henry Cavill is one of the best working pieces of that. Hadn't had the box office results that we wanted to, but that had a large part to do with some other circumstances going around. Most people acknowledge Henry Cavill's pretty good as Superman, even if they didn't like his Superman movies. But I get it. You need a clean slate, you let him go, and I'm okay. You start keeping around a bunch of other pieces, then yeah, you are going to have to make 50 of those damn Instagram black background white text messages explaining yourself about where the fuck is Henry Cavill. Because as excited as I am about 40K, and I'm excited about Warhammer 40K, I want an S on his chest. Yep. And if you ain't getting rid of him because you need a clean slate, then why the fuck are you getting rid of him? Now again, we don't know any of this is true or real. This is all based on interpretation about some obscure interpretive things being said online and all that kind of stuff. So I might be getting worked up for absolutely nothing. Absolutely. But if this is the situation, I still trust Gunn. I'm just going to need him to explain to us, like, why Henry is gone if it wasn't for a total clean slate.
The holidays are officially upon us, and it's time to start celebrating. Do your thing and holiday your way with MeUndies. Because it's the most wonderful time of the year to try MeUndies, because they're currently offering a very merry deal. Get 20% off your first purchase with free standard shipping and free returns when you go to MeUndies.com/Campea. Guys, you know I've been wearing MeUndies for a while now because I used to be like everybody else. I would go to the big store, buy the biggest box of the most generic underwear, and I thought that was good enough. But ever since I started MeUndies and started wearing the most comfortable underwear I have ever worn in my life, I swear on this Christmas season, I will never go back. So get your holiday shopping finished early and start making time for yourself with the new MeUndies holiday collection. Their undies, long underwear, and sleepwear are made out of the softest, most supple fabric you've ever felt and are guaranteed to bring you comfort and joy to all of your loved ones. Shop their classic plaid prints for a traditional, picture-perfect style, or get festive with their adventurous limited edition sweater prints. Available in sizes extra small all the way through 4XL, MeUndies has what you need to make all of your favorite people smile this holiday season, all in one convenient place. So to get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea.
Anyway, Chris, you see these where you saw Zachary Levi saying, and granted, Zachary Levi did not just come out and say, nope, I'm safe. I'm going to be Shazam for the next 5 years. He didn't say that. This is all interpretive. But what's your takeaway from what they're saying here?
I mean, it could be a multitude of things, right? In the next Shazam film, we could find out that, Billy no longer is transforming, or he has a different character. And then Zachary Levi got paid and he's done and he's having a happy, good life. Yay him. I just think the Shazam movie, this next one, has a lot of potential, and maybe they're already seeing some stuff that we haven't, right? And go, well, moving forward, this is what we really want to have as part of our universe. And this kind of already does feel a little Elseworlds, right? We never saw Superman's head. It was just implied that Supes came to
cut off.
We know that there's a Batman, but it's obviously not Robert Pattinson. He's not giving kids his Batarang for money, There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in there that this could be its own little entity. It's already its own little island, kind of. So I don't think it affects the overarching plans of the DCU right now. So that's why I think maybe he's safe. But truly, this is a kind of mud is mud statement. He's just like, I'm fine. That doesn't mean anything. We don't know anything that's going on here.
Rob, what do you think about all this?
Well, look, I think that there's no guarantee. We have to see, first of all, Fury of the Gods makes a decent amount of money, maybe. But if we're looking at a 300, 400, 500,000 or 500 million gross, I think Shazam's done for a while. I don't think that Shazam is even going to be a part of the reboot of James Gunn's central
I wouldn't have
DC
thought
universe.
either. I wouldn't have thought that either.
I honestly don't think that he would be. And the fact that Zachary Levi, I mean, how many characters get any movies, much less two? And Fury of the Gods looks really good, but let's face it, the first Shazam did not blow up the box office. It performed reasonably well for a studio tentpole property.
It performed okay.
Okay, yes. Okay, I was trying to be nice.
Less than Black Adam.
Yes, I mean, it did not make a whole lot of money. And I didn't like the movie as much as you. I thought it was a little schizophrenic in terms of its tone. But I liked the character of Shazam. But I don't think that the character of Shazam is something that when you think about the cornerstone of the DC characters, Shazam is not in your top 10. You know, Shazam's been a member of or Captain Marvel's been a member of the Justice League sometimes, but not much. I mean, you've got your core group of characters. I mean, I think we're going to see Hawkman before we're going to see, or John Jones before we see Shazam in the new DCU. But although maybe Shazam's a favorite character of James Gunn's. I mean, I think right now it's all up in the air, and it's fun to speculate, but when we finally get a bigger picture of what's going on, I think it's going to be a lot more meat and potatoes. You know, we're going to see those core characters. We will see Green Lantern. I mean, they've been talking about a Green Lantern series for how long? Greg Berlanti was doing it, then it was HBO Max. Now it's not happening at all.
I believe it's first mentioned in Harrison Ford's 1923.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. I was going to see that Green Lantern.
They've been talking about Green Lantern a long
Helen
time.
Mirren talked about it because, you know, after all, she's in the Shazam movie, so she'd know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm so aware of her presence.
Yes. I mean, hey,
Logan's in the chat being like, Helen Mirren.
I just think we're gonna find out soon, and we'll have a better picture. I still think all of these movies are going to be swept away in favor of a term that they use in Star Trek 2 of its new Matrix.
Every time, I don't know how you're going to do it, but you get Star Trek in
We need to
there.
get an audio cue. You know what? Okay, I'm going to work on audio cues for this show.
just for whenever Rob brings up Star Trek, that
Certain
James Gunn
things.
is going to bring his own Genesis device.
Yes.
His own Genesis
nice. So
device.
you knew what I was talking.
Oh, I know what you were talking about.
You knew what I was talking
Oh,
about.
you don't think I know Star Trek? I know Star Trek. Not like you, but I
That was
know
a
my
good
Star
one.
Trek.
It's good that you followed right out. You knew exactly what I was talking
The
about.
Genesis weapon. Look, again, let me put this as an umbrella statement over everything else. I trust James Gunn. I don't think there's anybody else who's better suited to be in the position that he's in than he is. I'm just saying a little worked up here because you guys know I love Henry Cavill, and it's just that it's unfamiliar territory for me right now because every single decision I've seen being made, I have been all for. This is the first one that I'm like, wait a minute. It's like I saw Dad at midnight when I came out of the bedroom eating the cookies set out for Santa Claus. Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. Something is afoot. And it just makes me nervous. James, call me. Settle me down. Make me feel better about this. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think about this? Do you think Zachary Levi, who, by the way, I adore as Shazam. I love him in that movie. But do you think Zachary Levi will continue to be Shazam? Do you think Gal Gadot will continue to be Wonder Woman? Is Henry Cavill the last one without a chair in this game of Ring Around the Rosie? I don't know. Whatever you guys feel, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.